Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda. This is Kevin
Hi there.
with A. Smith Gallery, and we're really tickled today to have with us Pat Brown. Hi, Pat.
Welcome, Pat.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Kevin.
Good to see you.
Pat
You,
received
you too.
Pat received the Jurors Award in our unique alternative process exhibit we had this past spring, in which Kevin and I and DorRae Stevens were the jurors. And her winning project was a book called Benabbio. Hold that up. Show us that book. It is
It's
fantastic.
a wonderful book.
Open it up a little bit.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's full of cyanotypes, and why am I describing it? Pat, tell us what the book's about.
Well, at the workshop, we started out by making cyanotypes, both from our negatives and from ephemera that they had turned into negatives. And we did some coloring, hand coloring with pencils on the cyanotypes, and we we did some transfers, which I learned how to do. And the object was to make all of these images, then choose from them and combine them into a visual story. A story without words, which is just right up my alley, something I just love doing. And then, of course, Jace Graff was there to teach us how to do the binding of the book.
Yeah.
And all of the really fine way he does bookwork.
Yeah.
And it was just, we were in a villa in Tuscany, with a view of the mountain peaks that had the Carrara marble from Michelangelo.
Oh, wow.
I mean, what they cooked for us every day. We had wine, fresh produce. It was fabulous.
Well, I think it shows in the work that you were happy while you were making this.
Yeah.
I was very happy.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah,
Great job. It's beautiful.
it is.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
You bet. Thank you.
So, Kevin,
Well, are you ready for me to read?
yes.
Ready.
Okay. I'm going to read Pat's bio. Pat Brown is an artist and fine art photographer residing in Austin, Texas. She is a liberal arts graduate of the University of Texas at Austin. Her work has been exhibited in numerous juried shows throughout the U.S., and her photographs are included in both private and public collections. She is included in an exhibit currently on view at the Annetta, how do you say that, Krauscher?
Mm-hmm.
Krauscher Gallery at Texas Lutheran University in Seguin, Texas. Her work can be seen online via Instagram. And this is some about her artistic career. I fell in love with photography in 1989 when I took my first photography workshop, a University of Texas informal class. Over the next several years, I carried on an intense personal study of photography through numerous workshops and seminars, reading and looking at many images. I started with 35 millimeter color slides, then began to realize that my colors were becoming more and more muted and monochromatic, and that I really belonged in the black and white world. Getting a Mamiya 6 camera and my own darkroom in 1997 launched me into that world of medium format images and silver gelatin printing. After the wet darkroom came digital imaging, editing, and printing, as well as the exploration of alternative photography forms such as wet plate collodion, platinum, cyanotype, lumen, encaustic, Polaroid transfer. Lately, there has been watercolor, mixed media, and collage. Most of my photographs these days are taken with the iPhone, edited in Snapseed and Lightroom, and printed on various papers with pigment inks. I've always been drawn to bookmaking and have made many artist books through the years. This gives me the opportunity to explore things thematically and allows for the creative juxtaposition of images and ideas, as well as the tactile joys of photos, threads, and papers. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Pat is definitely an artist, no doubt about it. Through and through.
Thank you. Well, a late in life artist.
Well, I think you always were.
Well, I think people always are an artist, and they don't always have the opportunity to acknowledge that or take advantage of it. And mine happened late in life. And I remember it took me such a long time to even think to call myself an artist. That seemed so pretentious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think I am one.
You definitely are.
Yeah.
You guys got into photography kind of at the same time, right?
Yeah.
We did,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We were in a community class together with other friends actually, and the class was Thursday night, and I always look forward to Thursday night. We had a gathering, and we'd show our color slides, and the teacher, Barbara,
Hagen.
what was it? Barbara Hagen,
Yeah.
would look at each person's work and comment on it and compliment it. And I remember one night she came to an image I had put on the screen, and there was this long silence. And Barbara never said anything negative, but what she said to me was, Pat, what are you trying to tell us with this image?
And what was your
So
answer?
it was some BS. But I didn't take one like that again.
But I'm sure it was good BS.
Do you remember what it was? What was the image?
I have no idea. I put it long out of my mind.
Burn the slide.
Well, do you mind reading your artist statement?
Yes, I wrote a brief artist statement for this work that I have called Blue Moves. And I put some of it on the wall behind me to sort of look at things on the wall and see how they look. And of course, you have them online to see. It came about, well, I'll read this. My current body of work, Blue Moves, consists of digitally manipulated dance photos, both singly and paired with other images, mostly botanicals, contrasting and comparing the forms and movements of dancers with those of leaves, flowers, and trees. There's one where the dancer is portrayed against a Japanese temple wall, and another with the dancers and a map of the cosmos. The dance images are from slow shutter speed photos taken with an Olympus camera at dance recitals. They were digitally inverted, positive to negative, and presented for printing and showing in tones of blue and green. The botanicals are somewhat abstracted by their presentation as negatives rather than positives, as well as their presentation in blue and green tones. The title of the series, Blue Moves, alludes to the rapid movement of the dancers, captured as blur, and the imperceptibly slow movement of the botanicals, all tied together in tones of blue. Each, though, is captured by the camera in one still moment.
Very nice.
So there is the artist statement. I've always been fascinated with dance and how you have to appreciate it right then when it's happening, because all of a sudden it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to appreciate are your memories.
Right.
And this blur is the closest thing really you can come to capturing some of that magical movement of dance.
Wonderful. Well, let's look at the images.
Okay.
Can you see that, Pat?
I can see it, yes.
All right. These are wonderful.
Thank you. I enjoy them. I enjoy them very much. There's something about the forms, and this image, I guess, is something about the composition of it. The single dancer in the center in dark, and the duo on the right that are lighter colored, and the trio on the left in black and white. So, it's just a picture of a group of dancers, and the composition perhaps makes it interesting.
Absolutely. How about I ask some questions?
Sure.
Pat, did you study art or make art growing up?
I did not. It was not a part of my life, and not really a part of my family's life. But I came to understand that I had a facility for drawing and coloring. with Crayolas.
Right.
And later on, when I was working and rearing children and so forth, I was interested in house decor or shopping. I always had some sort of an interest and affinity for beauty and some sort of an eye for graphic design that just came naturally.
Obviously.
this
So,
one I entitled Child and Mothers because it just appeared to me the women on the right dancing in their solicitous um, body form toward the learning child on the left.
right.
And I like the abstractness of it, not that it's totally defined.
Well, I like the fact that you've got two shades of blue in there. There's different tones happening.
Mm-hmm.
That was a conscious decision, I would imagine.
Yes, and there's a little bit of almost black
Uh-huh.
that I liked also. Just played with it on the screen until it came out right.
Very nice. I really like this one.
The dancer in the middle is my granddaughter Lily, who majored in dance at UT. So I had many recitals to go to.
Right.
And the leaves behind her are from an eco dye series that I did and combined the two. Uh, for what reason, I'm not sure that I can articulate, but I like the way it came out.
I do too, and I like the dark figure in the right side there also.
Ill defined, and then a more defined figure at the back.
Yeah, this is cool also.
This is the figure from that's superimposed on the temple wall from Japan. I was fascinated with the temple walls. They had such crumbly bits to them and such a texture. And I thought it just made a fine backdrop for this walking dancer.
Absolutely. I think,
Almost looks like a stage curtain.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next question you already answered. Why did you choose dance as your subject? I think you already addressed that.
Well, I did both because I was fascinated with the blur images as this one is. This is super, isn't it? It looks
Yeah.
like this little girl is flying. I love the kind of Art Deco look to the top of it.
So the blur concept. So how did you come about to that realization? Was it after you looked at the images, or were you thinking about that when you were taking the images, or what was that process?
Well, I may have stumbled on it in the first place, and then I sought after it after that. I was much more interested in the blurred images than I was in the clear images because I just wasn't that interested in recording, the fact of the dance or
Right.
the dancers. But the blur I found very, very interesting. So I sought after that and then cropped and chose images that spoke to me more.
Yes. This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So how much did you play with those colors?
A lot,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but they were all in tones of blue. And to return to your question of why I chose dance, I've been involved in an investigation of reading books about the cosmos and the Big Bang and how many universes there are, and thinking about when our brief little life ends, um, what happens, and our life ends almost as quickly as one of these dances does.
Right.
And what sort of memories are there of our little life? And where do we go after this? And dance, is a perfect example of the transience of life. So
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. This is this
I
no,
call
this
this work. I call this whirling.
Yeah. How about another question?
Yes.
From my experience, I've found that artists can be greatly influenced by the environment, inside and out of their youth. You seem to also be drawn to the tactile side of a photographic practice. Is there something in your background or past that informs or catalyzes your work?
I thought about that, but I couldn't think of anything from childhood really. Um, I don't know. At some point, I just became fascinated in paper and the tactile qualities of the paper.
Yeah.
And I was really, really influenced by the sculptor Edward Chillida, who's a Spanish sculptor. But when he was starting his career, he did a lot of collage and paper sculpture with handmade papers, and they were very heavy. And he did collaging and he did some brush work on them. And I was just so taken with the beauty of that paper. And then the little study that I did of Japanese paper making, their paper comes out just fabulously. It has a great texture, those wonderful deckled edges. Um, so the tactile quality of the papers really appeals to me, which explains a lot of the bookmaking and printmaking too.
Right. Did you grow up sewing?
I did embroidery.
Yeah.
And I learned to sew when I was poor and first pregnant. I made all my maternity dresses,
Right.
and they were kind of easy because they didn't have to be fitted. That was after I learned how to put in a zipper in home ec, and we made an apron.
I really like this one. This is this.
Yeah.
I like this one too. I like the way she's the background is some sort of a very ephemeral flower, and it's just at the right place.
That
And
kind of
she looks
references what you were talking about earlier when you get into the cosmos and the
it
ephemeral nature of life.
that
Yeah.
that looks like the cosmos, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of.
Yeah. There we go.
And there we go. There is the cosmos. With it's a little map of a certain section of the cosmos and the stars and the seeking human wondering and thinking and mostly wondering.
So who's the person there?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
It works perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
If I remember, I'll let you know.
Okay.
And this is the start, I think, of the diptych series. I was interested in trying to combine forms and, see how much you can push the envelope and what you can get away with and have a little surprise there and also some sort of community of the forms.
It's very well done. Nice.
The face on the right is one of the watercolor series that I did. This the next one.
Yeah.
I photographed this mannequin head many times, and of course this is inverted, positive to negative, and just seeking among the branches.
So, you did that little book that had they were portraits, right? Weren't they little miniature portraits?
I've done a lot of portraits. I started out with many years ago. I bought these little tiny dolls from Hobby Lobby. They were or doll heads like bust up. They were little China ones, and I made. I don't know if you can see this because I'm not getting feedback.
We can
I
barely
can't show
see.
you this.
Yeah.
I'll show you later. Anyway, yes, I took a lot of portraits over the years of dolls and doll faces and mannequins, and I've always been attracted to faces.
But you had hand painted those, right? Weren't they watercolors or?
Yeah.
I did watercolors. Yes, I
Yeah.
did some books of those, and I turned them into a series that I called Cooking with COVID during COVID. Here's another, just another combination, this, the dancer's movement and the branches.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Again, I was taken with these tiny, tiny leaves on the left, and I like the darker tones, the black and the blues, and again the blur. But you can see the dancer is very well outlined. There's no doubt that they're a dancer.
And you added the black, right?
Yes,
Yeah, good move.
you know, or move the slider.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a very good move. Very,
And this one, I think the form sort of drew me. It looked like the shadows of the dancers almost echo the leaves on the left.
hmm And the little bit of that brown in there, it's almost an orange color. Is great.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little departure from.
Yeah,
You have to have a little departure to add interest to the rest of it.
that's right.
This one I
This is
like
this is your
because,
most enigmatic piece, I think, in the work.
well, it's because the piece on the right is so abstract.
Right.
And it started out with a bunch of onion slices on a piece of paper that I made into a cyanotype, and it went through many many washes in the digital process, and came out with the blues looking like this. And it reminds me of, you know, abstract people from the 20s and so forth.
Mm.
So I like the abstract quality a lot. I'd like to do more of that.
It's kind of like Clay or Kandinsky. The the figure on the left is wonderful. I mean, I love that.
Well, I do too. She's so vigorous and she's so going for it.
Yeah,
And you can see her feet, and then that great black blur of dress,
absolutely.
and the image on the right has a lot of motion to it too, which I think works with the dance.
I think they work really well together. Wow.
And this is not botanical on the right. It's some sort of abstract thing that I did with some app. Um,
Hmm.
but
It's cool.
I wanted to go with it, so there we go. And the dancer on the left, there's not much movement or blur, just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you. And this one, the forms sort of repeat. You know, they make like a V from the flower with the honeysuckle on the left and the top going up to the V of the dancer on the right.
Right, right.
So I think it was the forms that drew me to that.
And then this little bit down here is great.
Yeah, it's a little bird.
Uh-huh. Part of a double image.
Well, diptychs aren't easy to do. You've done a good
It,
job.
but aren't they fun?
They are fun. They are fun.
This one
And
was
this one
exhibit.
this one I liked a lot. I liked the flower on the right, the sepals. Is that what you call those, sepals and stamens?
Yeah. There's pistols, right?
Pistils. I forget my biology
Yeah.
here,
I think it's pistols and stamens.
but it's this girl dancer with flowers pondering life's meaning in the stamens.
Cool. Is that the last one? I think
Think
that's
it
the
is.
last one. Well, I've got one more
Uh,
question.
Okay.
What artists have influenced your work?
I was just waiting for you to ask me that because I knew that question was coming, so I looked over all my art books that I have in the living room,
Right.
millions of them, and it had given me an opportunity to do that, and also to pick out um, some of the books to show. Can you put me back on the
Yeah,
screen?
absolutely. We'll stop the share.
And I have some things to show.
There you go.
Okay.
Um, I was going to show this earlier. These are some of the little doll portraits that I started out doing.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, of these little tiny dolls, and this one is next to a pomegranate inside.
All right.
They are tiny.
And
Very
this
little.
is my
Yeah,
little group.
I like that.
And the thing that was significant about that project was it was the first thing I did that was not really derivative. I had tried to copy this and copied that and copied this and copied that. And I just did this little project that, I knew some people would make fun of because it was feminist and it was about dolls, but I did it.
Yeah.
The
And
hell with
and then I did a big series of these Japanese dolls.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
I've seen that before. Yeah, that's wonderful.
There are quite a few in that series, and there was a really nice show a few years ago with these images and some other images of Japan, and the dolls themselves were on display as well. But back to your question about artists. Some of the photographic artists that I really love, one is this artist, Fazl Sheikh. Fazl Sheikh is let's see, he was born in 1965 in New York City with a Kenyan father and an American mother. And he has worked with refugees and marginalized communities around the world, and just does these beautiful, beautiful images of. There's a lot of portraiture in there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of background, and they're beautifully graduated tonality. And he speaks of the desolate stillness of the desert.
Wow.
And he said it evoked a sensation of calm and solace mixed with foreboding.
Wow.
Wow.
And,
So
and
Fazl Sheikh
how do you pronounce his name again?
Fazl Sheikh,
Okay.
Sheikh.
Okay.
He has quite a few books out, and they're all just wonderful. Then another of my all-time favorites is this book Coincidence by Sarah Moon. Sarah Moon, you know her, Amanda,
Uh-huh.
was a French model and fashion photographer. She was born in 1941, and she did fashion photography, but she also started doing gallery work. And she has a lot of women and people, and it looks like she uses view cameras and some wet collodion. And I just love her images as well.
Wonderful.
Then another one. Are we out of time?
No,
Go ahead.
Okay. Another one, of course, is our good buddy Kate Brakey.
Yeah.
Kate was born in 1957, a native of Australia, moved to Austin in 1988, and she lived here in a cute little purple house and taught at UT and went to UT until she was discovered by Steve Clark and launched a fabulous career of hand-painted images.
She's still hard at it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know. And I know you all see her a lot, and I've taken her workshops too. And things like this and this. So
we just
Kate,
saw a whole wall of her work at Catherine Cartier Gallery.
Yeah. It
oh, good.
And they're fantastic.
amazing. 70.
Well, and she's so prolific.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
She just never runs out of appreciation for the beauty of the world and what she can show with it.
No, that's right.
She's
Um,
obsessed.
Yeah.
well, another one I'm just two. These are twins actually. Mike and Doug Starn, Starn, from. They were born in 1961 in New York City, and they have a mammoth studio there, and do all sorts of interesting work.
I'm
And
familiar with their work.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
oh, it is fabulous. They
Incredible.
combine things in different ways. They make huge images. They use Scotch tape. They
Mhm.
put, multiple images together. And this particular book, I think it's called Attraction to Light, is about moths.
It's incredibly humbling work. I mean, it's just
Oh,
amazing what they do.
it just blows me away, and the fact that
Wow.
you could just look at these books all day long,
Right.
and they're not scientific pictures of moths.
Hmm.
They evoke their ephemerality and their tonalities, and the photography just totally merges with the work. And
Fantastic.
then I do have to mention Debbie Caffrey. Debbie is a native of Louisiana, and I took a workshop with her once in Breaux Bridge. And she did a lot of pictures documenting Louisiana and the burning of the sugarcane fields there. And then she did a lot of work in Mexico with prostitutes and brothels. And I'm just amazed at her ability to connect with people.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
And I'm sure this woman, she totally connected with. She went into the rooms of the prostitutes, and she would pay them their regular rate and tell them just to do whatever they wanted to do, and she would take pictures of them. And she came up with just such fabulous work.
Wow.
Fantastic.
And then I'll mention one more if we have that much more time. Let's see, what did I
We
get with?
we have plenty of time. For
Okay.
you, Pat, we have all the time in the world.
Oh, this is a Czech photographer named Roman Frank, and there's no.
Never heard
This
of
is
him.
well, he's not very well known, but this little book is just amazing. It's as you can see, it's about 8 by 8, and it's black and white images of uh, they're portraits, but they're unusual portraits, and
Yeah,
they're staged. And this book is done with nothing else but just these images on each page.
that's cool.
And it's a format that I can manage, so that's going to be my next book format.
I like that format.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
love it.
I love
Yeah,
squares.
See, and it's just one section of pages stitched in the middle, and I'm
Uh,
sure they got trimmed off at the end to make it even.
Right.
And it has a hard cover and just a little,
oh,
stitchery binding.
very
So
cool.
very easy to do,
Yeah.
and I'll be giving it a try.
Nice.
Good. Can't wait to see it.
Well, Pat, we want to thank you very much for doing this.
Well, I thank y'all for doing it, and I want to thank you, as I've thanked you before, for your years of doing wonderful things for photography and photographers, not only in Texas but all over the world. You're the most prolific, supportive gallery that I know about, and I thank you.
Well,
Well,
thank
thank
you. Well,
you.
we couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
You've been a big part of the
You know,
gallery.
the first exhibit I ever had, she was in it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, we've been hanging a long time.
Yeah, we have.
And you know it's all because of her. I just work here.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Yeah.
I've seen your art and your writing. I know, Franklin. Well,
Well,
thank y'all again. It was great.
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you, Pat. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.